International Monetary Fund slashed its global growth forecast Tuesday because of the impact of U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs, saying they will hurt the economy of the United States, China, and most other countries. Pierre-Olivier Gorinches is the IMF's chief economist.
Well, what we're seeing, of course, is a very significant impact of the new trade tensions between the U.S. and a number of other countries. We've seen a flurry of tariff announcements since the end of January with countermeasures from some countries. And all of that is very heavily coloring our outlook for this year and next year.
The IMF now sees global growth at 2.8% in 2025, down half a percentage point from its January forecast before Trump's sweeping tariffs. Its U.S. outlook for this year dropped nearly a full percentage point to 1.8%, and its forecast for China fell to 4% from 4.6% earlier in the year. It sees output near these levels in 2026. The IMF called the report a reference forecast based on developments through April 4th, citing the extreme complexity and fluidity of the current moment. Gorinches told reporters it was not forecasting a recession in the U.S., but the odds of a downturn had increased from about 25% to 37%. He said the IMF was now projecting U.S. headline inflation to reach 3% in 2025, 1 percentage point higher than it forecast in January due to tariffs and underlying strength in services. He said the combination of potentially slower growth and higher prices will create challenges for the Federal Reserve.
What we see is in the U.S. is the tariffs acting as a supply shock. So that's lowering output and that's increasing price pressures. Not the good news for a central bank, because you're facing a difficult trade-off, and the higher price pressure is something that you have to get under control. But there is also the increased uncertainty, and the increased uncertainty, which is related to the fact that no one is able to tell where things will settle eventually, means businesses are pausing investment or purchases, and that's weighing down on activity that could continue.
Asked about the impact of any moves by the White House to remove Fed Chair Jerome Powell, Gorinches said it was absolutely critical that central banks were able to remain independent to maintain their credibility in addressing inflation.